Hello, it's Claire from Clembarker Crafts. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator based in South Yorkshire, which is in the north of England. Thank you for joining me today. I thought today that I'd show you how to make this quite simple but really pretty birthday card. I've used, to make this, the Beautiful Balloons stamp set and some of the papers from the same collection. It's a 6x6 card, and I've just decorated the inside as well, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. So the first thing I've done is I've taken some cardstock from the new core colours from the 12x12 pack, and I've cut this one to 5.5 by 5.5, and then I've done a layer from the Bright and Beautiful. This is a designer series paper, the Bright and Beautiful collection, and that's 5.25 by 5.25, and I do tend to just do my mats and layers with a quarter increment. So the first thing we'll do is just stick that together. I'm a big fan of wet glue. I never ever stick anything straight the first time. So I personally like the wiggle room that the wet glue gives me. So let's just line that up. I think that looks about right. All the way around. And we'll just set that to one side for a minute just to dry. The next layer that I've taken, so I've taken this blue again, and this one is 3.5 by 3.5, and then I've taken just a white piece of cardstock, and that's 3.25 by 3.25, and this makes this middle bit. And all I've done for this is I've taken the smallest stamp off this collection, so it's this one here right at the bottom, these 5 stars together. And I've just stamped it round. And I've used Azure Afternoon. Let's move that over a little bit. A little bit of ink on there. And just stamp round like that. Doesn't matter at all if it's not perfect. As I say, I never do anything straight anyway, so I think people are used to my cards being a little bit wonky. That's fine. So I'm just going around doing what are the easy bits, and then I shall go back and fill in the gaps afterwards. So I could do with something in there. So I'm just going to try and get the corner like that. Can be a bit tricky. But again, if it's not perfect, it doesn't matter. Oh, see, I've got a little bit there. So that's okay. We might be able to cover that up with one of the stamps anyway, possibly. So we'll see. There we go. So that's not too bad, actually. I think we've done okay there. So then that just wants to go onto there. But first of all, we'll put our little balloon strings on. So I've cut 3 balloons here from the blue. And I'm just going to lay them out just to see roughly where I want them. Like that. Ink that up, and then all I'm going to do is just roughly see where that would be. So I'm going to have one there, one about there, one there. And then I've stuck these first ones on flat. Shall we just position that about there? Second one on that side. And then this third one I've just put foam pads on the back. So that will just give that a bit of dimension. Like that. And then that can be stuck onto the blue sheet. Like that. And then I've just got this little piece of ribbon. This is not actually a Stampin' Up ribbon, this is just a ribbon that I'm using that I've got left over, but I thought it did match quite nicely. And I'm just going to use glue dot to stick that on there. Can go about there. Yep. And then we'll put that into the middle of our card. That looks about right there. And then I've stamped my sentiment, which is this sentiment here from the same stamp set. So I've just stamped that in the Azure Afternoon ink, and then just basically fussy cut it out and then laid it onto another piece of the blue card. Foam pad again, and just put that round about there. Okay. And then the last thing, just to finish it off, are these pearls, which again, sadly, are not Stampin' Up. I think because I'm quite used to Stampin' Up, I don't have all the things just yet, so I am still using up a few bits that I had previously. I think I might have put a bit too much glue on there, definitely, but it does dry clear, so it might be all right. On there, try and get them lined up, spin it round. Oh dear, that is a bit messy. Let's hope it dries a bit better than that. There we go. So that it can just be mounted onto the front of your card base, like that. And for the inside, I've done a very similar thing. So I've gone round the edge with one of the stamping blends and a ruler and just made a margin round there. And then I've just done the same thing and stamped with the little stars all around the edge. And again, like I say, it's not perfect, but it's handmade, so I think the recipient will appreciate it anyway. Just put a little bit of glue on the back of that. Stick that on there. And a little bit more glue on the inside. And again, just make sure it's as central as you can. And there we go, that's the 2 cards finished. So as I say, really quick, really easy, very simple, but a nice card, I think. Thank you for joining me today. If you have enjoyed the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. And if you'd like to follow my journey along, please hit subscribe and the notification bell, and then you'll know when I do my next video. Thank you very much. Bye.